Let's talk summer cheapies. Let's talk summer cheapies, bro. Summertime's here. Let's talk about cheap designer fragrances. Perfect for the summertime. What's going on, guys? My name's Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. It's summertime outside. It's getting pretty warm. It's the best time of the frickin' year. And it's even better when you smell better than just pits and just ass from sweating all day. So let's go ahead and get into the best recommendations. These are mostly designer brands that are affordable at many discounters. Check the links down in the description where you can find these at the cheapest, if not already, on shoparomatix.com. Starting in with something that's fresh, white floral, fabric softener vibes that has just enough citruses to get you through the hottest heat. This is Lacoste White. This sometimes, it actually sells pretty good. And sometimes you can find it anywhere from $55 or below, and it smells really good. It's fresh, it's citrusy, and it has that fabric softener realm before all of the more popular YSL Myself, etc. If you like those vibes, you definitely want to check this one out. It's not as like fresh citruses, soft white florals, and that's pretty much it. Longevity for this is anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Sprayed on clothing, you'll get the most performance. Moving on into one of the most popular ones, obviously, is going to be Nautica Voyage, and it's good. It smells like cucumber water and some citrus. This stuff is, I mean, undeniably good. I rocked this for like 2 years, and I used to get compliments after I'd cake it on. I wouldn't recommend spraying it less than about 12 times, and that's pretty much it. At 12 times, you might be able to get a solid 6 to 7. I'm not even joking. Cucumber water, bro. Like, but a little bit better than that. So with that being said, it's for like $25 or less. I do have this on Shop AROMATIX, if I'm not mistaken, if it's still in stock. It smells good, it's fresh, it's clean, and I mean, most women love that. That enough on its own will potentially get you compliments. Moving on into something that's an oldie but still a goodie, and it's fresh in a different way. It's Salvatore Uomo Casual Life. This has a note of tiramisu, but still fresh. Fresh citruses, ambroxan, and like I said, tiramisu. It has this coffee undertone. It develops throughout the day, which in itself is pretty damn nice, especially for a cheaper designer. It has like this tart ambergris nature to it, slightly salty, coffee, fresh, even a little soapy. It smells unique and it smells excellent. For around 35 to 45 bucks, I'd definitely keep this in my collection. And the other thing about this one is a lot of my friends really enjoyed this and taking my bottle. So I end up just always buying a new one over and over again. It's nothing like complex, and you'll see with a lot of these descriptors, especially for designers, they're designed to be mass appealing. So you're not gonna hear me sit here and be like pineapple, fresh woods, and no, bro, like this is what it's gonna smell like. Be realistic. It has a mall aspect to it. This one is a bit more unique than a lot of them, but still, even then, it's just an affordable mainstream designer. With Middle Eastern fragrances, you'll get more niche style of scent profiles, but doesn't mean that these don't have their time or are good. Sometimes the simplest things are the best. And moving on into something that's also pretty simple, but also very good. Polo 67 Eau de Parfum. And this one is rather new, so you might not find it on discounters. The original one is also still pretty good, but it's more herbal, it's more aromatic. This one has a bit more of a juicier pineapple, and it smells surprisingly good. This is like Polo's version of utilizing that pineapple note. Simple as that. It's a juicy pineapple.
Let's go again, can we?
With some fresh aromatics, and it projects really nicely. I would say that if you have a couple extra bucks to shell it out for this, because it smells pretty good. Juicy, citrusy, fresh, slightly naturalistically sweet, and as it dries down, something herbal and even slightly woody as well. If you're looking to go on like a date or something like that, I would honestly even rock this to that. If it's the original one, the Eau de Toilette, it's less sweet, if you will, and be more appropriate for just every day. It's not a sweet forward fragrance by any means. I don't want you guys to think that it is because of how many times I've said it, but the pineapple in itself smells pretty naturalistically sweet in that sense. Moving on into a classic, but a goodie, and this one will always be on many lists. It's Versace Polo, man. And it actually lasts longer than most freshies in its price range. It's fresh, it's salty, it's aquatic, even slightly woody as it dries down, and it's so good, man. It's basic, but in every good way. Freaking love this. It's honestly like, this is probably my third bottle, and it's as fresh as water while still having a couple of citrus accords and those aromatics and slight bit of salt. Yes, bro, you are gonna spend 60 bucks for water, but in every good way. Musky as well. Dude, it works, it smells good. And in the air, it smells basic, man, but something about it, like in the air, it's just like that's good. And that's the case with this one. On into something with a bit more character than all of these. And this is a newer designer release. And the newer designer releases, especially with like a lot more reviewers getting into the space and them being able to take feedback. I've always gone on record saying I like something with character, with punch, with boldness. And this one does, for whatever it's worth. Versace Eros Energy is characterized in a intensive, sweet, candied lemon with a dry down of wet oak mossy woods. And it kind of recreates Aventus Cologne, but stronger than that. Simple as that. It's like you took a zesty lemon, you squeezed it on your head, and you've got a backdrop of wet forest woods. Smells amazing. I love it. I definitely get the Aventus vibes. It lasts pretty much the all day and projects. And I was thinking about putting Mont Blanc emblem, and although I think Mont Blanc Explorer is also pretty damn good and inspired by Aventus very clearly, this one just packs way more of a punch than the Explorer. So in that sense, I'd recommend this. It has this vibe of like, I don't know if you guys remember those candied lollipops whenever you go to the bank or the doctor's office. That's what it has the vibe of, and then everything else. And with that being said, Explorer is still pretty good. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, but it's just like the basic style of inspos. There's so many inspos on the market today nowadays. Like, I'd just get Club de Nuit, and the X-Ray version is really good. This one, I mean, it still smells good. Not nearly as juicy with the pineapple as the Versace, nor even the Club de Nuit. And to be honest, this smells like Mont Blanc Explorer ×2 with more character. So just pass on the Explorer, man. If you want that DNA, just go for the Eros Energy. Moving on into something else. This one smells like Louis Vuitton Meteor. And Louis Vuitton does this thing where it's like they work on really classic scent profiles, but at the best, most modern take of it. Like if you think of L'Immensité, it's a very classic fragrance. It smells like almost Tommy Hilfiger for man, with a couple of aspects of something also original like YSL L'Homme. This is more towards the Meteor, so musky, aromatic, and slightly citrus mandarin top. It's Azzaro Chrome Extreme. This one came out, and then also Profondo by Acqua di Gio also smells like this. And now Louis Vuitton Meteor smells like this. The opening of the Meteor, obviously they have way different qualities, of course, but the opening of Meteor is juicier, it's more citrus forward, it's more invigorating, and it's obvious why people want it. But as it gets into like 20 minutes later, I mean, dude, it literally, like, and that's why for me, like, Meteor is the hardest recommendation when this is 35, 45 bucks. Longevity for this is not going to give you more than about 5 to 6 hours, and what really helps is that musky, woody dry down. Yes, you'll get the citruses. It's not as juicy as like Louis Vuitton, but trust me, this stuff is really good if you like Louis Vuitton Meteor, and also Acqua di Gio Profondo, the original one. What is it? Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum? You get it, one of those. Another one that I wanted to mention here is Choo Man Ice. It's upstairs in my other studio because it's a frequent recommendation of mine. This smells like Dior Homme Cologne. So it's got like this lemonade citrus vibe. It almost has like this snow cone lemonade vibe with some herbal aromatic nuances like rosemary. So you will get this woodsy kick. I mean, some people who don't know what aromatic means, it kind of gives you that. It's like kitchen herbs, man. And those in themselves, they come from either trees or sometimes they'll come from the ground, and rosemary in itself will have some woody aspects and traits to it, but a lot more herbal and aromatic. So that's what it smells like. It smells like a musky lemon citrus along with the herbal and this slightly cooling effect you'll get with like rosemary, at least to my nose. It smells great. You just won't get more than about 5 hours longevity on it, but still, for the price, it smells much more expensive. You do have to make sure you like herbal. Speaking of herbal, this is YSL L'Homme Cologne Bleue. And this one definitely lasts a little bit longer than the original YSL L'Homme, but the performance on this one is still only about 6 hours. It's got that same citrus and zingy kick that you'll get that's very invigorating and refreshing from YSL L'Homme, but it adds an aquatic vibe to it. It's got herbal, lavender, geranium, some apple, and then as it dries down, the sandalwood and patchouli style of dry down. It does last a bit longer, but it's very faint in its projection. So you're not gonna get anything monstrous, but if you like that DNA, this is one of the better ones. However, even better than this one is YSL L'Homme Le Parfum. Now, when it comes to fresh fragrances, if you ever see a freshie with like no herbal notes, no woods, no nothing, you already know that performance is about to be either ass or synthetic up the ass, basically. Now with this one, you have violet leaf, you have basil, you have geranium. Then there's also ozonic notes, because as if it didn't go like into the air territory and not last long enough, they had to also add a note of air into this bitch. And then they gave you cardamom and lemon. But the dry down of this one is what also helps it last longer. The amber woods, there's also cedar and vetiver. This is the longest lasting, closest to flanker of YSL L'Homme. The very distinct difference between this and the original is going to be the basil. There's also that violet leaf, which gives it a little bit of a powdery nuance, but because of that, it lasts longer. It kind of smells like you took YSL L'Homme, the original, and heated it up and added a little bit of a richness to it and maybe some ambery. So think of it as like a soup, if you will. One of them is very light and you just warmed it up. One of them, you kind of like let it roast a little bit and you end up with YSL L'Homme Le Parfum. You also added maybe a hint of that bay leaf or whatever the fudge it is. It's basil. There you go, an aromatic nuance. And it does result in something that's richer and in turn, longer lasting. With this one, it's not as hard for me to recommend it. Although the price point is around $65 on discounters, it's still worth it, man. It smells incredible. And it makes it a little bit harder for me to recommend the Cologne Bleue. It smells good, but if you're gonna get this for anything more than 60 bucks, don't even bother doing it. This, however, it's worth it. Up to 65, I would easily pay it. I say up to 65, and right now it's being sold for $90. I mean, all things considered, I mean, maybe like 70, 75 bucks, but 90 bucks, it's a little bit harder of a recommendation. It depends on what you like. I will say that this is one of the best in terms of like designer freshies. It's so simple. Listen, it's simple. Don't get it twisted, but it's still under 100 bucks. So in that realm, semi-affordable? What do you think? What is affordable? What do you guys think is not your affordable, but like the general consensus of affordable? Would you classify it as $50 or less or $100 or less? So those are the two options, option A or option B. Write down in the comment section, option A, if you think $50 or less is affordable, or option B, which is $100 or less as affordable. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This compiles or finishes this compilation list of the best affordable scents for the summertime in the designer realm. There are a couple of more actually that I wanted to mention in this fragrance list. There's one from Coach, there's one even from Hollister, believe it or not. But we'll save it for a future video. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.